Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to another exciting session for Employee Center Academy. It is part of Live on ServiceNow series of webinars. I am Smriti Gupta, Senior Outbound Product Manager with Unified Employee Experience Team. This is the team that essentially manages Employee Center Pro, and related conversational integrations with Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Now Mobile, and so on. Joined by me, co-hosting the session is Pooja Gupta. She's also from Outbound Product Management from the same team. I will just let you say hi, Pooja.
Hi, folks. Nice to see you all joining us for the Academy session again.
Awesome. So, just to introduce Employee Center Academy series to those of you who are joining us for the first time, it's a series of monthly product deep dives that we do every third Wednesday of a month. We provide a detailed feature deep dive onto any particular capability from our Employee Center or Employee Center Pro product suites. Right. In the past, we have covered topics such as employee news, unified tasking experience, design techniques, and guided self-service, and many other topics. So if you are looking to revisit any of our previous sessions, the link is there on the screens. You can do so. Basically, in these sessions, we cover the business value of this particular capability. We do a live demo. We share frequently asked questions. We share best practices, right? And we share all the recordings of the session on YouTube and community. So some ground rules for today's session. This session is for you to interact with us while we are giving the presentation and demo. The Q&A panel is up for you. Please feel free to drop in your questions in the Q&A panel. And if you have any comments or thoughts or feedback, you can use the chat panel to share that. Please make sure that you're not posting questions on the chat panel because the panelists might not be able to monitor that. The session, as I have already mentioned, that the session is being recorded, and the session recording and slide deck will be available on community. SLA is typically 7 to 10 days, after which you can check back on the community for this recording. So just to introduce the topic, this is a super exciting topic, especially because we did a first Academy session on this topic 2 years back in April of 2023, and we are doing a refresh of this topic again 2 years later. This is dynamic topic microsites. Some of you might be aware about this topic. Some of you might, and not some, but most of you might already be using this functionality within your organizations to create awesome employee-facing experiences. We are going to talk about it pretty soon. In today's session, the agenda that I am going to cover is an overview of dynamic topic microsites. I'll be doing a live demo, and I will be sharing best practice recommendations around this topic. So when I talk about panelists for today's session, the two key subject matter experts we have is Corey Lehman from the product side and Rafa from engineering side. Besides this, we have a full house for panelists today. We have Mike, we have Rohan and Samantha on call, who also will be supporting us with the Q&A. Thank you to all the panelists for joining today's call. It's only because of efforts of you guys that we are able to deliver a world-class experience with respect to our events. Thank you so much. Moving on. So I have kind of thrown around this word dynamic topic microsites that some of you might be aware of. Some of you might be coming across this term for the first time. So before we move forward with this presentation, I just wanted to discuss what exactly is a microsite. So think of a microsite as a focused standalone web page that acts like its own little hub. So it's not just a random page on your internet portal. It's designed to bring together everything that your end users or your employees might need to know about a specific topic, all in one place. Now, what that looks like can vary depending on what your organization is trying to achieve. For example, a common use for strategic initiatives like diversity and inclusion. So we have seen organizations create a separate microsite to share resources around this particular topic. You would want a one clear spot where employees can go and understand what is the messaging for your organization on this topic, what are the goals, what are the resources. Everything is tied to that initiative. And microsites are also great for communicating about change management. So if your organization is rolling out a new software, or they have a very recent merger and acquisition that they want to communicate about, or announcing a leadership change, or even for small topics like introducing a new service or product within your organization. So you have a dedicated space to communicate all those changes and make things more clear and more consistent. You can also offer resources that the employees or end users can access to further understand that particular topic, right? Some of you might also argue that things like introducing a new product or service or organizational change management, like the example that I picked up, merger and acquisition changes. These are the things that you could also publish in news articles. But what I'm trying to hammer down is the point that if you want to communicate these changes more seamlessly within your existing information architecture, or within your existing topic pages also, you would want to kind of highlight these new changes on topic pages that makes more sense for your end users to check out and be aware of. You could do so. You could also publish a news article. You could also publish a rich content around that and basically create a microsite or a dynamic topic microsite. At the end of the day, it's all about making information easier to find, more engaging, and more meaningful for the employees. So let's talk about how, and before I move further, this is a call out for the entire topic. So the dynamic topic microsites functionality requires Employee Center Pro. It's a pro licensed capability. So that I just wanted to call that out before I go further. So let's talk about how microsites have been created in ServiceNow, especially before the rich content editor came along. So many of our customers were already building microsites even without this dedicated tool, or even without rich content editor. But the way they went about it tended to fall into two extremes of the spectrum. One end, we have some of the teams or organizations were using knowledge articles, and they try to make them visually engaging with lots of content, images, and buttons acting as call to actions. On the other end of the spectrum, some went all in and built custom service portal pages. Now, these could look great, but they required a lot of development effort. In both cases, the challenges were pretty clear, whether it was designing a rich knowledge article or developing a custom page. It took a lot of time and skill. And once these were built out, these pages were often hard to update or maintain over time. Another big issue was consistency. Because these microsites were created in isolation from the main portal, it was tough to keep a consistent look and feel, both in terms of design and user experience. And finally, they lacked the proper targeting and governance, and they were not integrated well with the browse and search experience or the unified taxonomy that we have. So even if the content was great, it was hard for employees to actually find it. So, what have we built to kind of cater to all these challenges that I've just highlighted? We have built something called dynamic topic microsites. At its core, this is an enhanced version of the standard topic pages designed to offer a more rich, a more engaging experience to the end users. Now, organizations can take any topic page and transform it into a microsite by adding rich HTML-based content. That means better ways for organizations to guide and inform and connect with their employees. Now, what makes this especially powerful is that topic pages are already tied to the portal's taxonomy. So these microsites are much easier for employees to find right when they need them. And even better, this approach actually brings together two main goals. First is the service goal. Now, everything from request items and knowledge articles to videos and quick links all are connected to that particular topic. And the second is microsite goal. So, centralizing and engaging content on a specific topic, making these topic pages more engaging for the end users or employees. And what really takes this to the next level is the brand new editor. It's called a drag and drop interface, and it's called a rich content editor with pre-built layouts and components like text blocks and images and buttons, making it simple and easier to create that rich and a very powerful microsite experience without needing any sort of custom development. So don't worry, we'll talk about all these different components. If it's too much to take, let's just understand that why we have built a dynamic topic microsites first. Next on, I'm going to talk about a standalone microsite. So a standalone microsite is essentially a dynamic topic microsite, but without any connected content like knowledge articles or catalog items. It is a self-contained page that focuses on a single topic like diversity and inclusion or return to office. It's focused purely on delivering rich and engaging information in a clean and standalone format. Now, for a second, I'm just gonna go back and showcase you. I have a software dynamic topic microsite here. You could see the software subtopics here. So it's actually a screenshot of a topic page I have. And this is the rich content that I've added for this particular topic page that's relevant for this topic, that provides additional resources for employees to kind of go on and access. And I don't have the full screenshot here, but below this, you'll have the catalog items and its support resources and all of your connected content like quick links and everything else. So moving on to the standalone microsite, it's focused on delivering rich, engaging information in a clean and standalone format. So you won't have any of the connected content here. In case you have use cases where you want to deliver a dedicated page where you're providing all the relevant information at one place, all the relevant resources, but you don't have connected content to tag to that page. You are essentially trying to create a standalone microsite. It's simply a dedicated space where you can bring together rich content like images and text and videos to tell a story or guide employees through something that's important for them to consider. And we have heard from many organizations that you love building these kind of rich, engaging microsites in Employee Center Pro. But before November of 2024, if you wanted to create a true standalone microsite, one that does not have connected resources attached to it, you literally had to build a custom page and then manually add it onto your mega menu navigation. And that took a lot of extra time, extra efforts, and sometimes even a little more help from your developers. Now, with our November release, November 2024 release, and again a call out here that the standalone microsite functionality that we have recently enhanced, it requires Yokohama family release, like I have already mentioned on the slide on top right hand side. We have made it much simpler for you to kind of create standalone microsites and publish these standalone microsites. Now you can create standalone microsites directly as taxonomy topics, even if they are not linked to any catalog items or knowledge articles. You just can go ahead and add your rich content, publish it, and you're done. That's it. No custom page creation, no extra steps required. And these new microsites would work just like regular taxonomy topics. So they show up in the subtopic widgets. If it's tagged to that, they can appear under popular topics on the homepage. And they also follow the same visibility and access rules that you have already set. So on the screenshot example that I have here, under technology services and a network, I have added a subtopic called as phishing guidelines that essentially does not have a connected content attached to it, but I just wanted to kind of put in a HTML based rich content there and probably add a button that directs me to a new learning course. So that's how I have created a standalone microsite. It's a proper, as you can see, it's a proper topic page without the support resources widget that you typically see on a topic page. So another thing I want to talk about for microsites, and it's kind of an advantage for the end users in terms of discoverability, because great content is only as useful as it is easy to find, right? So microsites are now searchable directly from the AI search page on Employee Center Pro portal. And that means employees do not need to know where a microsite lives, or they do not necessarily need to navigate through a lot of pages. They can simply search for relevant search terms and it will surface right alongside with other relevant results. So the rich content within microsite is now indexed as part of AI search. So all the valuable information, whether it's text or links, they can be found just like knowledge articles or catalog items. And when we talk about the search results, they are pretty smart in terms they are respecting the audience targeting rules. So employees will only see the content that's intended for them. Admins, however, can view the unpublished content, but the content team members can see all the content items, but they won't be able to access microsites that they do not own or they are not targeted for their audience. So now it's not only just easier to build microsites, it's also easier to make it more discoverable in terms of AI search experience. With that, I am just going to take a pause and I will move on to the demo for the front-end user experience. All right. So today we are going to walk through our near to real time example or real world example of how an IT executive like Abel within an IT firm can benefit from a newly launched microsite, right? So as you can see on the homepage, Abel has just logged into his employee portal, and the first thing he notices on his homepage is that there's a new microsite announcement, right? So this is a dedicated space for organizational portfolio management. And this microsite, as you can see on the subheading here, um, it's intended to kind of bring in key resources or initiatives or strategic updates related to portfolio management that helps able kind of uh, be well versed with himself on what are the key resources that could help him manage his project portfolio better. So he can go ahead and click on this portfolio management microsite, and he will land onto the portfolio management microsite that's there, that was advertised on the homepage through a banner. So here he can see all the portfolio management related resources, all the information that kind of defines what the entire process is. He can go through this, review this. He has some additional topic pages related to this particular topic. He scrolls down bottom and he sees a video is there on this topic. He has some snippet of information that he can go ahead, why it is important for it, the organization to consider portfolio management before they go on um, program managing their existing projects. Then in case of he wants to learn better about this particular topic, he has some learning resources available for him. He has a self-paced e-learning course that he can enroll and get started. He has a in-person alignment workshop that he can, and it's an instructor-led workshop, right? He can go ahead and register. Also, he has a playbook available that he can just download and get started with better strategizing his existing projects. On the third tab here, he has some other key factors to consider while deciding on a ideal project that he should be taking up, or how to better prioritize his existing project line, right? So things that he should be considering: risk and feasibility, stakeholder impact, and sustainability and long-term value. These are the key things that he should consider. And just to in all this content, just to ensure that Able is not overwhelming with too much information, the organization has designed an accordion style format here. So he can just focus on the current content that he's reading and just abstract away the rest of the details. Right. Then he can see other topic pages linked onto this particular topic. So, for example, he would like to understand what this finance enablement and insights is, any other resource or material that could help him understand this topic better. So, the organization has kind of linked another topic page within that existing topic page. And if you notice, I clicked on this particular topic and I landed onto another topic page called Finance Enablement and Insights. And I do not typically see any subtopic widget here, right? So this is how organizations can kind of tag another topic pages within an existing topic page using rich content editor. So now on to this new microsite that he sees, the finance enablement insights. If he wants to just request dashboard access, he can click on this particular link and do so. On the homepage, he sees the mission of this organization, why he should consider finance enablement and insights, why he should consider the analytics component of this, and what exactly enables him to kind of ensure that all the projects that he's undertaking, he has optimal process efficiency within those projects. He's building those foundational capabilities and scaling it up well for other projects as well. He has the relevant analytical insights to kind of ensure that he's on the right path. Then on the bottom, Able can also see various applications that are probably going to help him better understand the analytics and metrics for the finances of his projects. So he can also directly click on any of this particular link and be directed to the Power BI platform, right? Again, disclaimer here, subject to the SSO criteria for that third-party application that you have tagged here. Then he has another tab called Strategic Finance, and it's kind of displaying all the dashboards and reports that's going to help him understand better of how his existing projects are performing. So he can click on any of these dashboards and he can access those dashboards if he has access. directly, and he does not need to kind of bookmark all these different links separately. Ultimately, able, if he has some doubts that are still there, that the microsite was not able to self-serve him better, he can kind of click on this meet the team. He can understand what is who are the people who are working on this particular topic, and whom he can reach out to in case he still has some questions, right? So he has the contact and phone and email details here. He sees who are the director or senior VPs managing this particular finance topic. So he can just go ahead and shoot them a line, right? And moving on to the home page, let's say he was not aware about this existing microsite, right? And he would like to kind of, he was going through a particular problem within his projects, and he just wanted to understand how cost centers are kind of factored in while he is undertaking the projects. He can search for the term like cost center, and it will show the results under the pages tab. So whatever microsites are there for this particular search term, he can see it under pages tab, and he can click on this particular microsite and be directly um, navigated to this particular microsite. So even if he's not able to figure this particular topic page, standalone microsite in the mega menu navigation, or he's not able to find it in the browse experience, he can directly search for this particular topic and look for this on the AI search. I will take a very brief pause here. Pooja or Corey, is there anything we would like to call out for the front user experience?
Yep. Thank you, Smriti. I just want to summarize a little for the group here. So, what we saw, like, what Smriti has even open and the portfolio management one, these are both topic pages. These are both topic pages that have been created with just rich content on it. So, this block of thing that you see over here, everything that you see in this white box is actually one rich content. And Smriti will walk through how to create these rich content. Now, if you go to the portfolio management, and Smriti, if you can just zoom in your screen a little because it's on a really wide background, sorry, wide screen. Yeah. So, how did she create this? This is essentially again a topic page, which does not have any subtopics or like child topics tagged to it. So you don't see the child topic widget because of that. And again, this is only one rich content which is positioned on this topic page, does not have any support resources, and it kind of feels like a standalone microsite. And again, all of these topic pages that she's calling, like finance, enablement, and insights topic pages on the right hand side over here, on top, Smriti. So these links over here on the right, these are again topic pages that she has created, but not activated on the mega menu. Because they are you could activate them, but she's chosen not to do that for this demo.
Just to add to that, if I wanted to kind of look for this particular topic under my mega menu or how it's linked to my taxonomy, it's an independent topic that I've linked under Health Center. So not just from the banner, if I wanted to go or Abel wanted to go browse for this or search for this particular topic, he could do so from this navigation. And the finance enablement and insights topic page that I just displayed, that is not linked anywhere. So that's another use case that we have seen organizations frequently ask. So that is how you could do it. Another thing I want to call out in the front user experiences. So this was all the conversation around standalone microsites. What if you wanted a typical dynamic topic page and you want to have rich content built within an existing topic page? So under technology services, I have a topic called software. And I have some rich content already built out relevant to this particular topic. I have the software news. I have the software support information. So in case I'm looking for additional support on this topic, I have the relevant resources tagged here, or I can also use the hotline number to directly call and seek support. and I can see the software team that's supporting me on this particular topic. So this is an example of rich content that's built out in a typical topic page experience. You can see the subtopics linked to it. You can see the rich content. You can see the support resources linked to it. So it's a typical dynamic topic page. And this is the rich content widget, right? This is where all your rich content would be published, or you could see your rich content. All right. With that, I'm going to move on to the next part of my conversation. That's admin experience. So all that you have seen on the portal, we are going to learn how you can kind of create such experiences for your organization now. So there are three key building blocks that make up the dynamic topic microsites functionality. First is rich content. And I've been using this term a lot up till now, but this is essentially what it means. This is a brand new portal content type that we have introduced, and it's designed for long form of HTML style communications. So you can think of it as a way to create detailed styled content like articles or updates or announcements. And the best part is you can create and manage it using the same content publishing module that you're already well versed using for banners and videos and other styled content. So it seamlessly integrates into the existing publishing experience, and it's just a new content type. Now, what is a rich content widget? This is the container that displays the rich content on the portal side. So just now I have highlighted that this is the rich content widget on the topic page. That is what the widget itself is. That's the container that displays your rich content. Out of the box, it's placed on topic pages and you'll see it labeled as topic rich content. So whenever you're publishing it, ask for which widget you want to target it to. You can always target, if you're using the out of the box topic page experience, you can always target it to topic rich content in the page layout. So the widget simply pulls in whatever rich content you have created, and you can place it on other portal pages as well. So out of the box, we have placed it on topic pages, but if you're creating some custom service portal pages, you can obviously place this rich content widget onto those pages as well. The third component or the third building block is rich content editor. Now, this is the tool that you use to actually create and format your rich content. It's a brand new drag and drop editing experience that we have designed specifically for creating this content experience. Now, you can add text, you can add images, you can add other components such as dividers or list or accordions and so on, all without needing to write even a single code. So um, you can just drag and drop components, and we will see the demo of it very shortly. And it also includes a preview capability. So you can see how exactly your content will look like before publishing it. Now, together, all these three components, the rich content, the rich content widget, and the rich content editor, it gives you a very flexible way to build powerful and bridge and engaging microsites in a consistent and scalable fashion. Now, this is how your rich content editor interface looks like from the admin experience. So in the center of this, you have the blank canvas, and I have some rich content already built out in this. But essentially, the green box that I have highlighted, this is the canvas. So this is the area where you work. This is where you create your rich content, right? You can add your images, text, links, whatever, here to create engaging microsites. On the top left, we have the menu bar. So the three icons, that's a computer, that's a tablet, and a mobile. These are the icons to kind of preview how your rich content that you're creating would look like on a desktop view, on a tablet view, or on a mobile view. right? You can preview how your content would look like for different screen sizes. Then on the top right, we have icons to kind of hide or show component outlines, and to undo or redo, and to delete the entire canvas. One more icon that would typically be displayed here is edit source code. On the right-hand side, we have the modules. So these are pre-built content layouts that we have provided out of the box. And these are just to kind of give you ideas on how to you go about creating rich content. So instead of starting with a blank slate, you could drag in any of these modules. You could use the vertical card layout or the horizontal card layout and side-by-side card layout. And it essentially contains the headers and paragraph text and image placeholders. And you can just go ahead and add your content there. You don't need to kind of build the canvas from scratch. On the bottom right, you can see the components here. So these are essentially the building blocks of your rich content. You have components such as columns, two column, three column, divider, images, accordions, list, videos, links, and link blocks, and everything you have, whatever you need to kind of build up these beautiful microsites. All of these components are available here. If you move on to the settings tab, that was the blocks tab that I was discussing. If you move on to the settings tab on the same panel, you would see first the styling component. So whenever you pick up any particular component, such as this is the text component or this is the image component, if I click on this, I can customize that component's look and feel by changing the styling options here. So I can reduce or increase the size of that element. I can add padding onto it. I can add borders, right? And I can define the typography, the font size, font color, and everything. On the bottom side, you would see the properties for that particular component. Now, properties are very specific attributes to that particular component, whatever you have selected. For example, this property is highlighting one of the buttons. So you could define the button labels here, the button title, what URL goes with it, how you want to target it in the same window or a new window. So each component has a different set of properties that you can kind of add and change, and that's how the behavior of your component would be defined. I'm just going to move on to the demo for the admin experience here. So let me impersonate with Candace here. That's one of the content team members for this particular organization. And let me move on to the backend view. So for a beginner, how you could go on creating a rich content is you can navigate to content operations dashboard, right? This is a very recent dashboard functionality that we have recently released last year, and it kind of gives you a bird's eye view to all the content team members of what are all the content that we are working on, right? When do we need to publish it? Who owns what pieces of content, right? So I'm not gonna go super deep into this because we have already covered this particular functionality in one of our previous Academy sessions. We'll be sure to drop the link in chat. But just to go on about how you can go on creating your rich content. On this content operations dashboard, you can click on new here, and you can start selecting what type of article and pages or what type of content you want to create. For microsites, I can just go ahead and select rich content, click on continue, and that's how I can just go on creating my rich content. So I can give my content any name and other details like order, active state. Then I can go on and open the editor. So on the editor piece, this is what my rich content editor looks like. So this is my blank canvas. This is the menu header of how my content would look like on this different screen sizes. These are the different options of hide or show component outline, undo, redo, then clear the entire canvas. And this is how I can go on and edit the source code for this particular canvas or edit source code for a particular component as well. This under blocks, we have the modules that I can simply drag and drop, and it will uh, kind of create placeholders for me to go ahead and add content there. And I have the styling and properties options here. So I can select on any of this particular component and see the properties attached to it, go on, do the styling options. One important call out here is you would see this panel drastically different from what you have been used to for people who are already using Rich Content Editor. That's because I am using the upcoming May release. So you would be able to get this release on 1st of May. I guess that's when we are releasing this. But this is essentially the May 2025 release enhancements that we have done. I'm not going super deep into it, but all the panel changes that you can see, that's because of the May 2025 release. Right? So for the sake of simplicity and just to cut this demo short, I have created an existing content here, and let me just open that. So Candice was working on this piece of content that she has published at one place. Right, this is the phishing attack one that I've just showcased you. Now, what I want to do as a content admin is go ahead and may publish this to another microsite. So you have seen the software microsite here. Let me just refresh that for you. You have seen the software microsite here. You have seen this is the bridge content that was there on this topic page. This is how the rich content is looking like. But let's just say I want to publish this phishing attack communication on that software microsite as well. So how I can do is I've already created this content. So I'm not going to go on the rich content editor for creating this, but I can go ahead and add my publish plan onto it. Let's say I want to publish it on the software topic microsite, software topic page. Sorry, I can select the location as a service portal that's selected by default. I can go ahead and select the page on which I want to target. So if I type out the taxonomy topic, you see two options here, one for the EC Pro kiosk and one for employee portal. So I'm going to select the employee taxonomy topic. Choose the widget. By default, it's going to show me topic rich content. As I was just telling you, the rich content widget is available out of the box by default. So I'm going to select that. I am going to select the employee taxonomy here, add the topic. Topic is going to be software, right? Add the audience for all active users and save publish plan. Now my content is published here. Let me just refresh this. So you can see a carousel here, right? Similar to the carousel that we see on the content experiences banner, you can see the carousel. So that is the important thing. If you have two different rich contents targeted on the same widget, it will actually turn into a carousel view. So this was my initial rich content, and this is the carousel for the new one that I've published. And one more interesting thing to call out here is you can kind of target different rich content onto the same topic page. So for example, I have two personas accessing this particular topic page. One is employee and one is manager persona. And I have different pieces of content that I want to showcase to employee versus managers. I can create those different rich contents and target it to the relevant audience by selecting the audiences here. So instead of active users, you can go on and create a different audience and target that particular rich content only for that particular audience. All right. With that, I'll take a short pause. Pooja, Corey, anything we should be highlighting for the admin experience here?
No, I think we're good. There was a question that was coming up, and I just want to clarify. Um, when we say microsites, it is essentially a topic page with rich content on it. So one. Second, the by default topic pages already have the rich content widget embedded in it. So if you're using the default template, which is employee underscore taxonomy topic, you will already have the rich content widget. If you have a new template that you have created, you may need to add this widget in the template for the widget to be visible, for you to be able to publish on that topic page. So just one call out there. Corey, you want to add anything else?
I don't think so. I think you guys are covering all the bases here.
Awesome. Thanks, Smriti. Back to you.
Pooja, if
All right.
me add something
Yeah,
here.
please.
So, hey guys, this is Rohan. So one thing I think Pooja already reiterated that, and I also want to mention it. Like on a topic page, primarily, if you look at it, start with one rich content and see if you can put as much as content inside it, as compared to adding many rich content widgets. The reason I was saying that is because if you add more rich content widgets, it's going to take more time for the page to load because there'll be content scheduled to it. When the page tries to load, it's going to check if the content is accessible to that specific set of users. So if you guys really care about loading it faster, the best approach would be to just have one rich content widget and have as much as use as much as components that are there. And if you feel that if there's anything missing, and that's the reason why you want to add another rich content, please let us know, and then we'll try to solve that in the product roadmap.
That's a really good one, Rohan. Thank you. So, as you can see in the examples that Smriti said, the rich content that you create could be really long, it could be short. Like the page automatically, adjusts based on that. So, don't create extra widgets. Create a content which is as comprehensive as you need it to be for that page. Second thing, which I'm not sure, Smriti, if you covered it, but let's say you are creating content which is going to be targeted for mobile and you want to like make sure it is super responsive. So one quick tip is that you start with the content in the mobile frame, in the rich content editor, and then validate it in the portal frame. So the content that you're building in the mobile frame is much more responsive when actually seen on a mobile screen. So start with mobile first and then, make it correct for portal instead of starting with portal and then trying to work out the mobile. Hopefully that made sense.
Thank you for sharing that, Pooja. I am quickly gonna move on to the next part of the discussion, and I might come back for the technical tips on this instance again. But basically, I wanted to share some additional deployment guidance and additional details here. So we have all these different, with the launch of Rich Content Editor, we have all these different pieces that you could utilize to provide an optimal employee communications for your portal, and which one to use where. So we kind of wanted to touch base on that. Um, in terms of knowledge article, it is important to know when to use a knowledge article versus a microsite. So if you're sharing a very simple, straightforward information like a policy statement or a brief topic, knowledge articles are still the best choice, right? Important call out here is we are not uh, removing knowledge articles. In fact, we are enhancing on it. Safe harbor notice. You might be able to utilize the rich content editor with knowledge articles pretty soon. So if you're looking to create basic article or basic policy statement, or just introduce some topic, you could use a knowledge articles. Then coming to microsites, or the dynamic topic pages, or standalone microsites. Now, if your content is tied to a specific topic, right, we recommend using a topic microsite. Now, if your content is tied to a specific topic, as well as you have additional resources to offer, such as knowledge articles or request items or applications or news articles, or even quick links, you can use a topic microsite, right? And when your content does not have any additional connected content or support resources to tag onto it, like a corporate strategy page, you could use a standalone microsite. That would be a better option. For example, we within ServiceNow internally, we have a corporate strategy microsite, which is essentially a standalone microsite because we don't have any connected content to tag onto that, right? And topic microsite is example that we have already seen in the demo. You have software topic page and you want to kind of add a rich content onto that.
Let me just jump in here. Like, just to clarify, when we say standalone microsites, in past, before Yokohama release, you would build a custom page and that would not be tied with topic. So that's why this distinction was super critical. Today, when you're building a standalone microsite, you would still use topic page, but the thing that we are cautioning you against is don't build standalone topic pages as well, if they are not like, if unless they are like super not aligned with your topic. So for example, let's say you have a topic page for leave of absence. Don't build a standalone microsite for parental leave. Maybe parental leave can be part of your leave of absence topic page, the content that you want to post. So just don't like let it be like the wild west in creating pages with one rich content published on it, because that's not going to create a good experience. So be very strategic about when you create a new page, a new topic page, which is considered quote unquote standalone microsite, versus just using an existing topic page.
Thank you for clarifying that, Pooja. So other design related guidelines we have is, first is responsiveness check. So always check the responsiveness of your content, just like Pooja has already highlighted. You can view your designs on portal view, tablet view, mobile view to ensure it looks great on all screen sizes. One recommendation is you use the percentages for defining the width and height. You would find this under the size styling rather than the fixed sizes. So this ensures that the content adapts to whatever screen size it is being viewed on. Test your design regularly. Use the preview options to kind of check how your content responds on different devices. And try to minimize nested components. Why we are saying this is it makes it easier to manage the responsiveness and maintain a cleaner layout if you are kind of reducing the nested components. More the nested components, more is the complexity with respect to responsiveness. The point that Pooja has already highlighted, adopt a mobile first design approach. So in case you're designing content both for portal and mobile, we advise you, or we recommend that you start by designing for mobile and then scale it up to tablet and desktop. This creates a more thoughtful and responsive user experiences rather than just retrofitting a desktop design for mobile. With respect to accessibility, ensure that you are providing all text and titles if you're adding video components, right? And ensure that you are using proper color contrast. So if you're using your portal's theme to avoid design issues, this will ultimately ensure that your accessibility compliance is on point, as the theme already handles most of the color contrast needs, right? So accessibility is an important factor because it actually helps deliver a great user experience. In terms of roles, you would need a content admin or content manager role to kind of create these microsites. It is important to respect ownership rules when it comes to content items and audiences and topics. And just like I have already called that out, we have the content operations dashboard that gives content teams a bird's eye view of what all content is owned by which team, which person and which team. So um, we have already posted the Academy session link in chat. Please do revisit that session. Ultimately, make sure you are clear on who owns what content and which audience they are allowed to target to. Some other technical tips are you can use the view analytics report that's on the hamburger menu on top right of your published rich content to kind of analyze what your targeted users versus what your impressions have been so far for your content. It's great to keep your metrics on point. Just analyze how your content is performing, and based on that feedback, you can go on and enhance that. You can also leverage the clone functionality to create a template for your existing rich content. So in case you would want to bulk publish some of the rich content, you can just go ahead and clone the existing rich content, make your changes, and then add a new publishing plan that actually essentially acts like a template. While you are, we have seen questions around copy paste functionality. So the basic idea is if you're pasting a plain text without any formatting, it will essentially allow you to paste it within the component and it will match the destination styling of that component. Otherwise, if it's a formatted text, it's kind of appended below the current component, right? So that is one important call out you need to keep in mind. With that, we come to an end of our session. I hope there are no other things to call out here. Pooja, Corey, are we good to go?
Yeah, we're good. Pretty much everything got answered. Thanks to all the great questions. We really had a lot of activity. So yeah, hopefully everyone got a lot out of this.
Amazing. If we were still not able to answer any of your questions, we have the employee communications office hours specifically designed for this type of content format. We have Corey and Rafa owning these content office hours format. So the next one is coming up on 5th June. Please do register. And we have other events on your screen. Please do register if you have not so far for any of our events. Thank you so much for dialing in today. Hope today's session was helpful. Have a great rest of your day.